Hello, everybody. I am Cody,
I'm Sean.
I'm Matt.
I'm dumb.
and this is the 490 podcast.
Yeah,
All
it is.
right. Just getting off of a holiday. How was your 420, guys?
It was very non-420ish on my end, but
What's it going to
it was
be?
very quarantined.
So, what's up?
This quarantine sucks. Indeed.
Yes, it does. It does.
Oh, I do not have any money. I just spent all my money here just to buy this place, and I don't have any money to really fuck with my vehicle.
I'll be gonna have to whore out now.
I do. But let's get into the first topic today. The first things we're going to do when this COVID is done. Let's hear it. What do you think? Anything special you want to do?
Snorted a bunch of cocaine.
You do that now.
Oh,
Does he
yeah.
though?
But maybe I want to do it on a park bench.
Okay, snort coke off
Right.
of a park bench. That's something. Sean, anything
While
specific
the
you'd
little
want to do?
kiddies watch.
It's kind of cliche and default, but just get back to normal fucking life, you know. Mainly just get to see my nephews and my sister, and get to have our normal me, Matt, and Kelsey wrestling time during the week.
You don't do that anymore on Mondays?
No,
Oh shit! Is it because you're scared?
it's because
Like you
I'm
you
smart.
don't want to, huh?
We don't want to fucking get anybody sick. You know,
I don't know about that one.
it's called being responsible and not wanting to spread germs.
Meanwhile, I'm fucking
Look.
partying and shit like that with them.
Hey, that's your conscience, not mine.
Hey, I'm not sick yet. My kid's still alive. That's all I care about.
Did you say partying? Because you literally just brought your kids over.
No, I was talking about the first time. Let's see. There's your birthday. And then
That
there's
wasn't
the
in the middle of
party.
the
Why the
pandemic.
fuck is
This is
Sean not
for-
wearing shoes?
I wanted to test out your floor.
And then there was a time where you were sleeping and I was in your house partying. Like 5 times.
Oh,
Anything specific you want to do, Matt? When the podcast? Yeah, podcast. Fuck. When the shit's done?
Play basketball.
That just sounds fucking horrible.
That sounds
It might
amazing.
sound horrible to you, but I need the exercise, man. I'm getting fat up inside my house doing nothing.
Getting fat?
Hey, Matt, you can do squats
This-
and push-ups.
this son of a bitch.
See, I want to go to a park. I want to have a
I do
picnic.
squats on your dad's face.
Do you teabag or like he's eating your ass type of squats?
Yes.
Okay. But I want to like support my local restaurants too. I want to like order a pizza from Lobinger's and like just take it to a park and have a picnic with the family and stuff. Be real nice.
Enjoy the outside world.
I mean, parks are closed right now, and I love taking the kids to the park, but I can't even take them to the park right now because parks are closed.
Did someone say order a food item?
What?
Hit him with the Matt.
What?
Oh, so unorganized.
Damn it! The Kurt Angle thing. Son of a bitch.
That has nothing to do with ordering a food
Who
item,
the fuck
though.
is this bitch?
He says he wants to order a Whopper. That's food.
I don't want to order a Whopper. I know that's Kurt Angle. Sounds like Kenny Rogers from Jackass.
With
I don't wanna order a Whopper.
neck.
Ah, fuck.
Drink some milk.
Matt, anything specific that you want to do?
I just told you.
What was it?
Basketball.
Oh yeah.
I second that one.
Dom, anything for real that you'd want to do? Because you're obviously straight edge, pussy-fied type of guy. Nah, I wouldn't say that.
Pussy?
You're a
Pussy?
good kid. You're a good kid.
Get some pussy.
I would second what Matt said. I want to play basketball. Like go to a park, play basketball with someone.
Doesn't sound bad.
Aha!
do you
Matt,
plan-
when
do you
say
plan
it,
on-
It's horrible, but when I say it, it's good.
Do you plan on driving there to play basketball?
Maybe. Might walk there.
Well, if you drive there, what would be the process of picking up a stranger on the side of the road?
Classic.
Or if you saw a vehicle on the side of the road that needed help, would you help them?
Nope. That's not me being rude. That's just I don't know anything about vehicles, so I just pull over and be like, buddy, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing there.
It
It
all
just
see to me, it's all about appearance. If they don't look like they're gonna like kill me, fine. But those are the things you gotta like expect the least unexpected.
Those are the
you know?
worst.
Like,
Absolutely.
yeah, like it's bad. But I mean,
That's a,
I judge by appearance. Won't lie about that. And if it's like a flat
that
tire or
size.
something, I'll help. But if it's anything other than a flat tire, I'm dumbfounded when it comes to cars. I mean, I changed my starter, and I changed my oil by myself for the first time, both of them. But I had to watch 2 YouTube tutorials just to do anything. I did have a buddy help me too with the oil. He was hanging out with me. Shout out to King.
If I see someone with their hood popped up, I just drive past because I know nothing about underneath the fucking hood.
What about you, Sean?
Engine looks good.
it's pretty much the same thing. More times than not, I don't. But then again, it's like, how would I feel if I'm on the side of the road?
Yes.
And because that's happened before, you know, where I've needed some help on the side. And I also don't expect anybody to stop,
What can I do?
you know?
What are we doing?
But then it's like, you don't know who these people are. You don't know what you're getting into.
Mhm.
It could be a setup. It could be legit. So I'll do like the slow down and look to see if they're on the phone or something like that. And if they're on the phone, obviously they don't need someone to call anyone for them. So I used to just keep going, just because 1, I don't know who they are, and 2, I can't provide that much help either. Besides, you know, basic shit, changing a tire and.
We're done.
I can feel that. Matt, process?
So, I'm more of a nice person when it comes to people in situations like that. So, again, judging off of appearance and everything, I guess somewhat. But, I mean, if it's something where I genuinely don't think I'd know what I'm doing, I don't think I'd stop. But, like, I've stopped for, like, people that were in accidents to make sure everybody was okay and everything, make sure someone called the cops, stuff like that. But if it's somebody broken down, I know absolutely nothing about cars.
I'm on the clock.
Like you
What
guys
you
said,
want? Some
so
wheels?
there's not much I could even do in the first place.
We would be the worst people to just find someone. Would you
We're
agree
here to
with that?
help. Not actually help, but we're here for moral support.
I'll get there as soon as I can.
Pull out a syringe,
Okay,
just
I got
stare
stuff
at
to
him.
do.
Sean, where'd you go? Are you inside the thing still?
No, as soon as we left the arena, I parachuted into nothing, and now I'm in the fucking boonies.
I love that.
Oh,
movie.
shit.
Hey guys, you know.
Dude, they left him like far out.
Oh yeah, I came all the way up here in the fucking mountains.
Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up.
Alright. Matt, what's your plans on Resident Evil 4? When the remake, if it does come out, and when it does come out? In 2022. Do you plan on
2022?
streaming that on your... Yeah, that's the release date so far that they think.
God's sakes, I don't know if I can wait that long.
But if it does come out in your... sorry, I do not own the license to that music. If it does come out and you're still streaming and stuff, are you going to stream that, or...
For sure, it's my favorite Resident Evil, so I will definitely be grabbing it and playing it as soon as it comes out.
I will definitely be watching that.
I'm actually, because I had an update for Grand Theft Auto, I stopped at Warp Zone today. Shout out to Warp Zone, Greensburg, Pennsylvania. Also, right now, support your local businesses, especially video game places. I picked up Resident Evil 0 and the original Resident Evil remastered for GameCube, and that's what I'm playing right now on my game updates.
Nice.
Respect. That place.
That is my favorite video game franchise of all time. If we ever have that topic of conversation as well.
It is a really cool store. Warp Zone.
I got 2 PlayStation 2 games, old Harry Potter games, and then I grabbed the 2 Resident Evil games. I grabbed all 4 games for only $30.
Nice.
I was supposed to go with you, and I ended up sleeping in.
Oh, you're good.
That was bad, man.
He actually wasn't physically open because everything going on. So yeah, we ended up. He said about like making us an appointment, so we had to be there at a specific time, which is understandable.
That's cool. He's offering to do that.
Right.
Alright.
Right. I'm glad I can also keep him in business as well.
Oh, definitely.
What about you, Dom? Resident Evil 4 coming out, the remake?
Man, buddy, I still haven't gotten 3, so I would like to get it and play it when it comes out, but I just doubt I get it like day 1.
Well, you got 3 years.
Eventually, I will.
Yeah, well, not really 3 years, because our next topic is actually Resident Evil 8, so we'll just put these together. Resident Evil 8 is actually supposed to come out next year in 2021.
Has there been any mention of like theme or story?
It's called Resident Evil 8 Village.
I haven't actually heard that. I didn't know they came out with a legit name for it.
Yeah.
I know it's supposed to be in first person like 7 was.
Yeah, I heard it's gonna take over where 7 left off with Chris. Did I die already? God, I suck.
Yeah, you do.
The DLC did that though.
What?
Take you over with Chris. So after you beat the main story, there's that No More Heroes or whatever.
It's a DLC though. It's supposed to be a whole legit game. Chris following Chris Redfield.
I thought you were about to say that.
I follow Chris Bluefield, cuh.
Chris,
I see what you did there.
Westfield.
Hey.
But yeah, they have a small like DLC that follows Chris after the events of Resident Evil 7.
I don't play Resident Evil, but I watched the fuck out of them.
I played one of them. I don't remember exactly which one it was.
Did you describe anything about it at all?
It could be 2 players. The ending. Shit. You like
Resident
fought.
Evil 5.
Okay.
Wait, a volcano?
Yeah, Volcano. Yep.
Resident Evil 5.
Yeah. I really like that one.
A lot of people don't like that game. I love it.
Speaking of games that people don't like, Resident Evil 6, I actually like that one.
I still have to this day not. That's the only Resident Evil game I've not played and beaten. I've beaten and played every single Resident Evil besides that one, and the ones I got today. I haven't beaten the original ones, but I've beaten 2, 3, or no, I've beaten 3. I've beaten 4, 5, 7, 2, Revelations 1 and 2.
Those are good books. I never read the second one.
It's in a new Bible. It's a lit, bro.
What is it?
The James Brown version.
My God, you just said the James Brown version.
Didn't the fucking zombie? Didn't he say they had guns in that shit?
In 6, yeah, they could like replace their limbs with guns, and as soon as I seen that, I was like, "Yep, not playing this one."
I don't remember that. Oh, that was I think Leon's story.
Yeah, my favorite character.
Then you get the ones that defend that shit. That like, that ain't realistic. They're zombies, bro. That's fantasy. This is stupid.
There's a fine line between like a possible apocalypse to like absolutely improbable.
It was either Leon's storyline or Chris.
It was Leon's, I remember, because I was watching it, and I was the playthrough I watched because he's my favorite, and I was like, yep, nope. Nope.
I just hate how stupid the computer people are. Like, they're just fucking idiots. Same with like Last of Us. Like, they are pretty fucking stupid to be like CPU.
Oh, you mean like the enemies or the?
Both enemies and like your team.
It's actually funny you say that because I was just watching info on The Last of Us 2, and they actually bumped up the NPCs. Like every enemy you meet at least has like a name and is way more personalized. Like they're gonna make it even where if you kill a dog, that the owner of that dog will actually like get upset, like visually upset, and hunt you down even further. And if you kill the owner first, the dog actually whimpers and cries. So they're gonna break your heart. At least mine. It's okay, I'm still gonna shoot him.
Now I'm gonna kill the fucking dog just to see.
Alright, I don't know whose fucking topic this was so much. Fuck this all up. How we feel about CZW, other ultraviolet deathmatch styles of wrestling.
I love purple matches. Prince is my favorite. Ultraviolet rays are bad. No, she's good. Nah, I'm just kidding. I don't like it.
What the fuck is it? For the viewers at
CCW
home-
is like ECW on crack. People like torturing their bodies for fans and entertainment.
Yeah, I don't think they get paid enough. At least that's
Paid enough? Actually,
the shit that they do, I don't think
they should be doing it in the first place. It has nothing to do with how much they get paid. They want to get paid for professional wrestling. Cut the bullcrap and try to actually wrestle.
But some of them are failed by wrestlers that tried, couldn't make it, so that's all they got.
CZW's problem for not being big enough.
Oh shit!
I think it has its place, but I think a lot of the time they just go too far with the shit. I mean,
Oh, yeah,
I get living for the moment, but how many fucking moments you want left, you know? Like, damn.
It's too much. It's making up for lack of in-ring ability with gore and violence.
Jimmy Havoc.
Yes. Now, don't get me wrong. There's good talent that has come out of CZW. I'm not saying that.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, no.
I think when it gets to the point wherever you're constantly bleeding and your head looks like cottage cheese.
I forget the guy's name. Did you ever watch that video of that guy that had to retire and he had like a Viking warrior send-off match? I forget his name. I can't remember. But you look into it, man. He had to retire at like 30-some years old. He said that he would come into his apartment building and be in the hallway, and his wife would know that he's home because she could smell the iron from his blood.
Good lord.
Yeah.
But he never had wrinkled shirts, though. You know what I'm saying? Yes, ladies and gentlemen watching this podcast, I am stupid.
Anyway.
Respectful joke.
Thank you,
Respectful.
man.
Respectful. Fuck. I mean, I probably said it right the first time. But
You
it
did
just
say it right
sounded
the first
wrong
time,
in
but it's okay. We'll let you sit in it for a little bit.
Alright guys, Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon, what do you think?
Oh, it depends on so much, though.
Well, like, as a kid, what was your go-to?
As a child,
Yeah.
Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
You
I mean,
see-
don't get
I mean,
me wrong.
I watched a lot of Nickelodeon, too.
Yeah, same.
Don't get me wrong. But, yeah, Cartoon Network, there was more I watched.
They both have
What?
really good TV shows. Especially,
God,
like,
yeah.
back in our day TV shows. Like,
The
90s
real-
and stuff.
The real Cartoon
That's the thing about
Network, not
Nickelodeon,
this
too, because
new
at the
age
peak
shit.
of, at least of my childhood, at my
That's
childhood
what I'm
different.
talking about
You
with,
guys
like,
somewhat too?
Nickelodeon. Like, they had a lot of good TV shows in my
Right,
childhood.
like breaking out in my childhood, like around when I was like 7, 8 years old, I had like Fairly Odd Parents, Jimmy Neutron, SpongeBob. Like there was so many good shows, and then Cartoon Network. Don't get me wrong, they had great shows too. But
yeah, but
that was
let's not forget about like Legends of the Hidden Temple and all the other game shows that they did have. That was amazing.
right,
I
yeah,
think if you're talking just cartoons, I would have to say they're even. to
I'm talking.
me.
No, I'm talking
But
about. I'm
as
talking
a
about
whole,
the.
though,
I'm
gotta
talking
be
about the
Nickelodeon.
entire thing.
variety and as a whole, definitely Nickelodeon. Because you also got Nick Jr.
We're not talking about Nick Jr. or Boomerang or
Nickelodeon.
anything along those.
Boomerang is different than Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon and Nick Jr. is the same thing.
Yeah, but I'm just
It's
talking about
different
Nickelodeon channel around here 21 and 49. not Channel 50 for the Nicktoons or whatever.
No, Nick Jr. was on the same channel as Nickelodeon.
Yeah, it came on earlier in the day.
Yeah, but
There was Nick
okay.
Jr., then
But if we're
during the
going to
day
go
was
that
regular
way,
Nickelodeon.
then you had Adult Swim on 49 on Cartoon Network.
I'd take that into account too. Definitely.
And I mean, come on, you had the best of both worlds where you had cartoons and then you had like adult cartoons.
Yeah, my heart would lean towards Cartoon Network. There was more like Foster Something for Imaginary Friends, Grim Adventures of Billy Mandy, Ren and Stimpy.
Ren and Stimpy was Cartoon Network. I'm not Cartoon Network. It was
Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon.
It came on Cartoon Network later, and it's like down the road then. Or was that
No.
Boomerang? Maybe that was Boomerang. No. Yeah, maybe it was Boomerang.
But it's just, I'm Cartoon Network.
I can't remember. I thought it was Cartoon Network for some reason.
I'll always love original Cartoon Network because that was amazing. Just going by statistic, for as much as I watched, I definitely think I watched more on Nickelodeon as a whole. But I love Cartoon Network. I hate what it became after they started having live action shit on there. Then it wasn't Cartoon Network to me.
They have live action stuff on Cartoon Network.
They had that. What was that? Children's Hospital or something? Or
Never heard of
actual
it.
It had like actual people on
But that was a lot of Nickelodeon itself too.
Oh,
They had, like, don't get me wrong, Drake and Josh was amazing.
Network.
They had Drake and Josh, which is amazing, and then they had iCarly, Victorious, and all this other
Oh yeah,
shit
they
that
had some amazing live action shows, but they
Flashback Zoe 101.
They weren't calling themselves Cartoon Network. If you call yourself Cartoon Network, you shouldn't put live shows on there. It kind of contradicted it to me.
That was an Adult Swim though. A Children's Hospital.
But it was still on Cartoon Network. That's what I'm saying. I still count Adult Swim as part of Cartoon Network.
Yeah, but they have other shows on there too that wasn't really cartoons. That was like, I don't know, it's different for.
Well, those bug me too.
I don't know. You'd have to just completely put Adult Swim into a different category. Just because it was on the channel doesn't mean that it was part of that channel, you know?
No, I don't. No.
Cartoon Network was more for kids, and Adult Swim was for the adults.
Yeah, I'm saying it's still a Cartoon Network though.
I mean, but if you think about it too, like Family Guy is is for Fox or wherever it's on right now, because I think they just said about changing the channel actually. But I mean, you have to just shit, I'm dead. You just have to put it into a whole different category. Because if that was the case, I mean, I like George Lopez and all, but George Lopez was on Nickelodeon. I mean, Cartoon
Nick at Night,
yeah.
right. Yeah, see, I can't throw all that in there. I agree. Like, I would say, I mean, why does it keep doing this?
I suck. I got target practice on here since the schools are closed.
Ouch.
Well, if we weren't monetized before.
Alright. Well, this
monetized now.
isn't going to make anything any better. Vax versus anti-vax debate. Where do you stand and why?
I'm very pro-vaccination.
Very pro.
Depends.
However,
What does it depend on?
Well, what do you consider as a vaccine? I won't get a flu shot, and I'm not going to get my kids a flu shot when I get
I'm not
kids.
going. No. I'm not talking about flu or anything. I'm talking about all the other stuff. Yeah.
Right.
Because
Exactly. I will get
flu
those
you have to get like once a
vaccinations.
year.
Right. Okay, then yeah, we're on the same page.
Dom, haven't heard from your ass in like 10 minutes.
Reserve a report.
What the fuck? All right, you're fired. I'm taking this back over. Fuck. Dom, your stance on vaccinations versus anti-vaccinations.
Yeah.
I love it. That's so dumb. People are not going to get vaccinated because it can protect you from stuff.
It's just like the flat earthers. That's how I see
I
them.
mean, It's free choice.
Wait, the Earth ain't flat? Are
No.
you fucking kidding me?
Sorry, Sean. The Earth is square.
Oh. Oh. Alright.
Does that mean it's flat?
Still flat, just 4 times.
Alright, I guess we're on the same page here. Alright, observe and report. Anyone have anything to observe and report, guys?
It's almost so close, but so wrong. I got, I'll go last because I got like 5 and I don't want to, if someone else got the same ones, I'd rather just not
Nah, I
say
want
it.
you to go first so I can listen.
Yes, Sean, let's go. Let's hear it.
Alright, well this is kind of stupid anyway because it's kind of noticed by everybody, but the XFL filed for bankruptcy.
I heard about that, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Remind you of what?
the commissioner or whatever, the XFL is suing Vince McMahon.
Yes.
Really?
Yes, he's suing him for unlawful termination.
Yeah.
Oh.
Said it could be upwards of $80 million. Lawsuit.
Wow.
How's that 4 million looking to him now?
They got me.
He ain't gonna win, but yeah, I mean, I don't blame the guy.
Yeah, no, definitely. Well, I kind of mentioned this in the group, but I'll message it in the podcast about the reconnection being added to Apex Legends, as well
what?
as reconnection coming to Apex
Oh,
Legends.
yeah, we talked about
Yes,
this yesterday. Okay.
And also the new legend is supposedly all but confirmed to be Loba, which is a female who is very thick. And I have no idea what the fuck her abilities are, but that's something. Also, there's talk Mirage is getting a buff.
I just found out.
So they're
that
pretty
it's
much just
Loba.
trying to, like, get things up and running order and try to be better than Modern Warfare, even though they can't be.
Oh, they don't gotta try, but like, they're adding more to the lore from. What game is that based out of? I can't remember. It's based off another game.
This guy's name that we're reversing dumb is Mike Oxlong.
But it's based out of a game with a lot of lore into it, and they're trying to introduce more like characters within the franchise itself. And I'm definitely looking forward to that.
John?
The other one is WWE obviously becoming essential somehow.
People need an outlet at home, something to keep them home. That was what it was deemed essential.
That's what I figured it was gonna be.
I'm sure they find some way to put it too.
People want to watch wrestling or
Right.
something.
Right. Well, there's no sports on at all right now, so since they're not an actual sport and they're sports entertainment, they should be allowed to run. That's what that's not my opinion. That's what they said.
No,
I enjoy it because I do love wrestling, but I will say, out of this, I will voice my opinion on one thing. Drew McIntyre has made the most of a bad situation. If you haven't heard any of his promos so far, without a crowd there and him just working a mic, he's been phenomenal.
Really?
Yes, he's been great.
I didn't know it was AJ Styles.
I gotta actually look some of those up because I do want to see them.
Him and
Sucks to do
Zelina
all
Vega's
this.
back and forth have been
Yeah,
great.
I saw the beginning of that one. That's funny.
I got 2 more
Lord of
observing
my
reports.
ass.
Venom 2 is officially titled Venom Let There Be Carnage,
Yes.
and the artwork for it looks fucking incredible. And I'll end on a positive. Well, not that that's not positive, but yesterday, Eminem finally hit 12 years sober,
I saw that.
which is pretty amazing.
Sober, you say?
Sober.
Now, how far are we going sober? Like, just on the drugs that he was on? Like, alcohol?
Drugs, alcohol, anything.
That's 12 years, right?
Nice.
12 years, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no drugs, no alcohol.
Okay. Anyone have anything else to observe and report?
I have 2 that are kind of one. First of all, the movie, I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but the movie Scoob, that's going to be the animated Scooby-Doo movie.
Yes.
It is not coming out on theaters or anything like that now. It's going to have an actual, just genuine release. It's going to come out on demand. They're just going to try to sell it and rent it so people can watch it from home. And then a lot of talks that a company that should have been down and out because people don't really go there anymore is going to be on the rise this summer. The rise, again, of drive-in movie theaters making a comeback because it's safer and you can be in your own car to watch a movie instead of going to the theaters. So that's kind of exciting that... And not only is it like good for it's cheap and it's good that their company can continue to run, but at the same time it's like something at least that I grew up on that I enjoyed growing up doesn't have to go away now, even though they were pretty much down and out. I know the one around us, the one closest to me at least, was actually almost considering closing down 2 summers ago. So cool to see that they get a chance to like save the movie industry.
Yeah. Definitely a good thing companies adjusting to fit the pandemic instead of just kind of...
Some companies are genuinely making the best out of the situation.
Yeah.
I was at Chick-fil-A today after we went to the video game store, and good lord, I will tell you, people love Jesus' chicken. Oh yeah!
They do.
Yeah, because that line wrapped the entire store. They have employees taking the orders in the line, so you could just go up and grab your food whenever you get to the front of the line. It was that long.
You can never knock Chick-fil-A's chicken.
Chick-fil-A's chicken nuggets are the best chicken nuggets out there.
Never had them.
They're great.
I've never had the chicken nuggets. I had the chicken strips, which is basically the same thing.
Get those nuggies, boy. They're great.
Absolutely incredible.
Oh yeah!
You know what?
Charlie Murphy.
Anyone else
Fuck
have
off
any?
against the thing.
Anyone else have anything to observe and report? Dom.
I saw something today about Modern Warfare possibly doing Fortnite-ish events. They're starting to.
Yes, I've seen that as well.
I did see something about that. I didn't read it, but I did see something about it.
Yes, like how they had the events with like the the monster event, stuff like that.
Yeah.
They could have the same type of like community events in game that
Yeah, but I
Fortnite
mean,
has done, which
Black
I would
Ops,
think
Black
would be
Ops
very
4's
awesome.
done that too, though. Had events.
Like an
and stuff.
in-game event.
Sorta. Like they did like themes.
Yeah, but that's not like no. Like you go into an actual lobby with people in it, and there's a countdown timer, and something happens actually in the game in the lobby while you're in there.
Oh, like the marshmallow performance.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, they're gonna have something like that in Modern Warfare.
This
That's been an
Thursday-
exclusive thing to Fortnite. Black Ops 4, they didn't have any actual in-game events like that. It's gonna be a first for anybody else to do anything like that except for Fortnite. Look at that.
Okay.
Yeah, this Thursday, Travis Scott's gonna do like a concert like Marshmallow did, but he's gonna like debut and it's like a new song in the game.
Oh, that's cool.
That's
Anything
why I'm
else?
kind of like interested. We'll get
Anything
for
else
that.
on here?
Oh, definitely.
Observe and report. Anything else? Good talk. All right, going back to the next.
We all did talk.
Yeah. I was just making. I know it could have been nice. Favorite Comedy Central roasts. Are they healthy or are they toxic? I've never really watched an entire Comedy Central roast, so I'm out of this conversation. This is on you guys. But if I would say, I'd say it's healthy because it's all in good fun.
I want that on a shirt.
What?
A no would be nice.
Oh.
I want that on a shirt.
Did you not listen to anything else I just said, though?
No, I listened. I was stuck on that.
I'll break the silence. Alright, I just
Thank
started watching
you.
them because they added them on YouTube, so I just started watching. Like watching ones I haven't watched.
Wait, full episodes on YouTube?
Yeah, they have
Yes.
full roasts.
Oh, you had to send us the link.
But I think I forget which ones they got. I just watched Justin Bieber and
Did you watch
Rob
Trump's
Lowe?
yet?
No,
It's not
his
on there,
isn't on
sadly.
yet.
Oh, it's not on. Okay, I was gonna say. I knew you said you wanted to watch that
I
one.
heard there was
I
talk
wanna
about
watch
him
it.
like not giving the rights up for them to do it. Because he doesn't want that out and about right now. I mean, I understand why he would do that though, but
I
mean, it was already
it's hard
out
to
there.
say, because there's
Yeah.
another one that it isn't on YouTube either. I'm not sure why, but
Oh, Bruce
I hope-
Willis is on there.
I hope it comes out.
But so far, my favorite one has to be Bieber's.
What are you, fucking,
It's
never mind.
the
We're not going
funniest
there.
one to me that I've watched so far.
have you watched James Franco's yet?
No.
You will enjoy
I
Franco.
watched the full thing.
Franco's is one of mine, just because they got so many like legit highbrow celebrities to get there and roast them. It's phenomenal.
I've watched like the best moments of it, but like, I've never watched that full roast.
Andy fucking Samberg.
But yeah, that'd be my favorite, and like as long as you can handle it, I think it's not toxic.
I'd
That's
like
the
for Ian
thing.
to roast me on my birthday. We should do that. Or we could roast Matt for his bachelor party. Okay.
Idea.
Be very nice.
I mean, we already roast each other as it is, but we'll just go hardcore on you. Say stuff
Wait,
that
are we
we're
still
afraid.
talking roasting or are we talking sexually?
I was saying, we're still talking about the roast.
Both. I mean, I already have a lot of things planned out that I just got to run by Sean.
I guess even a president needs to put their feet up.
Whenever the world starts working again.
If it starts working again.
It will. My favorite roast is, after lengthy consideration, is definitely Trump.
What's it gonna be?
I find myself enjoying that one, like without having to skip a whole lot. Like some roasts, you kind of skip people, but Trump roast was just beautiful.
Same with that's Franco's for me. There's nobody else skipping Franco's.
Oh, definitely, I could respect that. Plus, it was Anthony Jeselnik's first roast to Trump,
Jeselnik always makes a roast better, so yeah.
and even with the situation, even the way they roasted him made up for that.
I still need
Hell
to watch
yeah.
this.
Oh no, I've never watched any of them. I've watched bits and pieces that Matt showed me, but that's it.
They're so good. Then if you ever want cringe, you could watch Ann Coulter get up and roast.
Yeah, I was about to say that too. I was like, the only one that I've ever like cringed at watching roast was Ann Coulter's.
That was
Not bad.
that was Rob Lowe, right?
Yeah. So she had one good joke that I can admit is how she said, "Welcome to the Ann Coulter roast featuring Rob Lowe." Because everyone was taking pop shots at her all night.
Oh, she was getting murdered.
It really was like she was like the fucking headline.
think she had some-
Who the fuck is Ann Coulter?
I think she had so many death jokes. It was like it basically was the roast of Ann Coulter. Felt like.
And Pete
Ouch.
Davidson had probably one of my favorite jokes that night, and it was on Ann Coulter. Ann Coulter's here, which means, Ann, if you're here, who's steering the birds away to protect our crops?
Beautiful.
Yes.
Fucking love Pete Davidson.
I love him as a comic. I don't like him as a person.
Davidson?
Such as he's
Yeah.
a Clinton supporter. Not the good
Oh no,
Clinton.
that ain't why. It doesn't really help him, but that ain't why. I just think he's kind of a douchebag.
What?
I think he's funny as hell. I mean, I'm not taking that away from it at all. I just kind of think he's a douchebag.
Agreed.
Douchebag.
Funny as shit though.
Anything else about this? No? Yeah?
Anthony Jeselnik for Commissioner of the World. That's all I got.
Okay.
No wait,
Hey.
I can do this. I can do this right. Ask again, Kitty. I can do it right.
Hey, Sean, you want to do your song of the week?
No, that wasn't that nice. Because
Okay.
because ladies and gentlemen, a no would be nice.
I know it would be nice indeed.
But I do have song of the week actually. I actually just heard it. I think it was the days went together. It was either today or yesterday. But
Ow, fuck.
it's "Give Me Time" by E Money.
Give me
Which-
Head by Dom Kelly.
I want that remix. But it's a song about just how as you get older, just time seems to be going by so quick, and just kind of wanting to take everything in more and appreciate everything before it's gone. It's basically a song just kind of incarnating that, to where he's just talking about kind of like the state of how people act nowadays, and just wanting to, basically as the title, like, give me time, just try to soak in the time and appreciate what we have. So it's a really good song, worth checking out.
Nice. What is the risk of masks during the pandemic right now?
I'm not too studied up on that. However, I think if you're gonna wear a mask, it should be. Well, there are some health risks out there that are saying where wearing a mask can actually be a little more harmful than helpful. I'm guessing it's because of the mask gathering germs in such a high germ traffic area. But I'm not too studied up on it to really make a informative comment on it.
My biggest thing is just robberies. I talked to a cop and he even said the same thing, that it's a big risk of everyone wearing a mask because say I work at a gas station, I work at night, someone robs me, I could just be like, oh well, it was just some guy wearing a mask, and they'd be like, what kind of mask? And be like, oh, it was a medical mask. It really doesn't narrow anything down at all. It's a big risk.
Yeah, it's true.
And right now it's supposed to be.
Well, I would rather have a bigger risk of no sickness than
right now.
robbing.
Right.
I mean, because someone's gonna wear a mask to rob you anyway.
Yeah, but it'd make it narrow it down a little bit more.
Just because someone's gonna rob you wear a mask. Someone's gonna rob you wear a mask. Them wearing a mask now has nothing to do with that.
Well, it does make it less helpful to identify people.
Depending on what mask they're wearing, the cops could be looking for that specific mask.
I think
compared
a lot
to
of it is
a
too,
blue medical mask.
With more people,
And it's normalized right now. So I mean, I'm not supposed to be I'm not supposed to be on edge. When a customer comes in, because it's supposed to be like normalized. So someone's just going to end up coming in anyway and just robbing the place, and I mean that not only that even puts my life in danger itself.
And you're just hoping they don't sneeze or shoot you. It's like, and a lot of people with masks on, like, it might give certain people the wrong incentive of, well, how are they going to identify me?
And I mean, if a cop drives past and sees a person with a mask on their face, they're not going to stop because they're going to think it's normal anyway.
Just driving down 119, full body gear and a medical mask. That's my Tuesday.
What do you think, Matt and Dom?
I don't think there's I think Matt did it on the nail. If you're gonna get robbed, the dude's obviously wearing a mask, but yeah.
Bah.
That'd be like,
bah.
Well, it makes sense.
I don't know, I'm a sheep for that, but okay.
Because it's the sheer fact that it narrows things down.
How's it narrow things down?
Because any other time this was going on, a person's not going to rob me with a medical mask on. They'd rob me with, like, a different kind of mask. The cops can narrow that down to someone owning that kind of mask if they'd see him out in public. It's not.
They're not going to continue to wear that mask after they rob somebody, and they're going to be a little bit smarter than that.
Would they, though? We're in
defense of
fucking
that,
Mount
9
Pleasant.
chances out of 10.
We're in
Remember the
Mount
one-
Pleasant.
Remember the one jackass who robbed an ATV or something and ended up at Sheetz
Yeah,
at the place,
yeah,
the same place
and he
straight
held
away?
the person up at gunpoint. Yes, my point exactly. They found that guy right away because he's an idiot. And if he's an idiot like that, he's gonna get caught right away anyway, so it doesn't matter.
in Mount Pleasant. Half the
Yes.
fucking customers that come into my store are idiots.
Yeah, exactly.
You still make no
Except the one-
sense.
Except the ones watching this. Thank you for.
So you're telling me that you're not going to be able to identify somebody other than the mask that they're wearing. You can't identify them by skin color. If they're wearing especially a medical mask that only covers your mouth and nose, you
Or
can't describe
glasses?
them by hair or anything else.
Sunglasses. Have a,
So-
a
okay.
hood on. Wearing gloves. Can't see no.
Clothes?
Can't see no.
Clothes.
Okay.
So if you can identify by a mask, they're going to wear the same clothes too. If they're that stupid to wear the same mask.
This is turning into the weed conversation all over again.
No, because I'm right.
Nah.
I just flipped it on its head. If they're that stupid to wear the same mask, they're going to wear the same clothes. So
Some of us aren't
identify by
lucky enough
clothes.
to only have to go to a door and serve customers. Some of us have to deal with like
How does
a
that?
good bit of customers.
What does that have to do with anything?
Because you're not in risk. It's people like me that's in risk.
If
with
someone wants
this.
to break into my store and rob it, they're going to do it anyway.
Exactly. Making yours.
As soon as I unlock that door, they can hold me up at gunpoint. I'm in just as much risk as you if I have to be.
Nah.
Wait,
That has nothing to do-
That ain't bulletproof glass.
Yeah, that's not that they could bust that glass out if they wanted to. And what does my life being in risk and your life being in risk have anything to do with someone wearing a medical mask?
Because it's harder to show people off, to tell who it was.
You guys have cameras?
Really shitty cameras.
Well, that's the company's fault at that point. It is scientifically proven now that if two people are wearing a mask and having a conversation, you have that conversation with customer to employee, the chance of it spreading with you both wearing a mask is drastically lowered.
Okay.
True. I think it might imply more of an incentive if you already have a mask on. Maybe you would take a risk you wouldn't normally. That would be my viewpoint on it being a.
I mean,
risk.
yeah, especially now. But at this point, people know when stores close. Stores are closing now. There's gas stations that have closing hours. If they want to rob places right now, they're not going to do it during business hours. They're going to break into your store at night.
Unless it's Honey Bear, when the burglars are kind of stupid.
That's it.
Oh man, I totally forgot my store actually closes at night.
Yeah, that's the point where they'll do it. They're just going to wait until a store
My
closes. and
fucking
do it
store
at night.
doesn't close.
That's your store, though. You're making your specific situation out for everybody's.
But I'm saying it's a risk still.
For you, yeah. But you have to look bigger picture. They can't define, oh, we can stop the spreading, but this one Exxon in Mount Pleasant might get robbed.
I'm not saying that we shouldn't be wearing masks. I'm saying that this is a risk that we're carrying on.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying it's not a risk, but it's a risk that
Biggest
we need to take.
misconceptions
That's what
people
we're
have
doing.
of us. Nothing? Anyone?
The flow of the conversation. There's a misconception.
Alright, Dark Pictures, the anthology, Low Hope. Anything? I don't even know what this is. I have heard of Dark Pictures Anthology, but I don't even know what it is.
You ever heard of Man of Medan? As
Yes.
Dom calls it.
Okay.
Which actually sounds
Man
like
of
it's a real
Medan.
name. They actually say that in the trailer. They say it just like that. I was actually surprised.
Really?
Yep.
So I am right.
Yeah.
Man.
Unfortunately, it's Dom. I would say I'm sorry for making fun of you, but I'm not. It was a good time. The trailer looks great. Apparently they're getting into witches and stuff like that added onto the horror concept of it. From what I've seen of it, it looks actually really, really interesting.
Is it anything like, fuck, what was that one game that they had out? I can't even think about it right now.
Until dawn.
But, yeah, Until Dawn. Is it anything like that?
Probably like the how it plays.
Yeah, like
assuming.
decision based and all that.
Button smasher.
I imagine it's going to be like that. I don't know for certain, but if it's the same like developers, because that was how Man of Medan played out, right?
What?
Wasn't it like decision based and buttons and?
Yeah, like every decision you made could affect the story, and like you'd have different playthroughs. Like
I
how
imagine.
Detroit Become Human is, but it's
Yeah.
like more of like a scary story game.
Kind of like the Telltale games, you know.
Yeah, in a way.
I imagine it will be the same way, where it's decision based. It does look good though. The trailer's worth watching.
Did you guys see the new Cyberpunk Xbox? Was it Xbox One X or whatever? I don't know exactly what console it was, but did you see the console itself for it?
I have not.
I
No,
didn't either.
it looks badass. That was out
Is
of
it
nowhere.
Is it like game graphics or?
I wouldn't say game graphics. It's just more like
Themed?
futuristic, like steampunk.
Hmm.
What the hell?
I had a buddy send it to me, and it looks pretty badass. See if I can send it to you guys real fast.
I just want a console with Keanu Reeves' face on it.
It will not have that.
Should have big ass sticker of his face and just slap it on it.
Son of a bitch.
Alright, I sent it to you guys. Dark Side of the Ring. The Benoit, New Jack, and Montreal Screwjob.
Oh, I did what I told
Oh.
Sean I wasn't gonna do, and I did not watch the Montreal Screwjob one. Just
Is this
I
a
don't give a shit
series?
about the Montreal Screwjob.
Yeah, it's a series.
Yeah.
See, what is it on?
I
think
haven't
it's
watched it on
Vice.
YouTube.
Vice
It's
on YouTube.
Vice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's the Chris Benoit one, there's the New Jack one, and then the Montreal Screwjob. And then
Which
there's
they have Snuka's out too.
yeah, Snuka. Yeah. I watched like 20 minutes of it, and then I stopped because I was like, "This is Snuka."
How long is it?
They're
Oh,
like,
you like-
40-minute episodes.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, about 40 to an hour.
An hour.
But what about it? What about all this stuff?
Oh, just it's some. Oh, what's the word I'm looking for?
Informational.
Well, it is that.
Informative.
I'm talking about the voiceover is a term for it, but Jericho. There's a term I'm thinking of, but
Narration.
Thank you. Chris Jericho narrates it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
and it just what's that on?
I think it was his idea to do all that though. I'd start that.
I think
You
That's
said
why
it's
he
all on
narrates.
Vice.
yeah, I believe it's Vice's
I was gonna
channel.
say they do have good stuff on there, so I'll have to take a look at it.
I love their prison documentaries and stuff
Yes.
like that too.
I was thinking the same. That and their criminal ones. I watch a
Yeah,
lot.
it dives into a lot of the dark times in wrestling. Like I think Bruiser Brody has one episode. If not, they may have talked about it. When he was murdered in another promotion. But the two biggest ones I think are New Jack and Chris Benoit.
Yeah.
Which through Chris Benoit's listening to his son's interviews and stuff, and whenever his son talked to Chris Van Vliet, kind of turned because I've always been like the guy who thinks it never happened, it didn't happen how they say it happened, but like through these interviews and stuff, it's kind of just I'm kind of finally sinking in and realizing that it was him. Something fucked up happened in his brain.
With all the concussions and stuff that they had on there, doesn't help at
Yeah.
all. What about you, Matt? What do you think about it?
What is it?
The Dark Sides of the Ring.
I've only watched the first one. I watched the Benoit one. It took me a while to watch it, but I finally watched it. I don't find any other topics that have been on there lately to be interesting enough to watch. I don't like New Jack and I don't like Bret Hart, so
Oh, come on, you're the biggest Bret Hart fan.
I better believe it.
Didn't they just do another
I'm waiting
like
for
Montreal
Owens.
screw job?
Owens will be good.
You
Oh, I
mean,
didn't know they were doing one for Owens. For Owen, I mean.
Yeah, they're doing one for Owen Hart.
Oh. Hope it doesn't fall short.
Ouch.
Stupid moments we had. Anyone have a stupid moment they've had?
So many. But I think I listed 2.
Let's hear it.
Okay, well I can't find my notes, but I do remember one of them at least. It was I was sitting on my porch when I was like young. I was probably like 6, maybe, like really young, but old enough to make myself look like an ass. But a girl was walking down the sidewalk, and I look at her and I go, "Hey, Brittany." It wasn't Brittany, and that catapulted me into the life of social anxiety. So I kind of felt stupid then.
So, like, that's the whole cause of the reason why you are today? That's your origin
Oh
story?
no, it's an implemented moment. Also, this one time I was complimenting my friend and I called her shirt violet when clearly it was red. Sometimes I'm stupid, you know?
You're colorblind.
At that moment, apparently. Because it was like a matter of seconds after I said it, I'm like, what the fuck, Sean?
I have a lot of those moments.
And like 3 hours later, I was like, hey, I know your shirt ain't violet.
Oh, so you didn't even correct yourself at the time, you just waited.
No, because I felt too stupid to. It was one of those moments where I was like, why am I alive? Like, how have I lived this long, you know?
And don't know the difference between violet and fucking red.
Like, I had a complete Long Beach Grippy moment.
What?
Or it's probably a Caleb City moment.
Yeah, it was
more
Caleb
that
City.
Yeah, his self-narrating. Definitely had one of those moments.
Any for you, Dom?
Uh,
Out of all the ones that we know, is there any that we don't know?
I mean, like recently, I've like, whenever you get something out of the fridge, like milk or whatever, to pour it into a cup, I've always like put like my cup back in the fridge or something, or like I've put my cell phone in the fridge, not thinking, because I have the milk in my hand and my phone in the other. And put the wrong thing away, and I walked in my room like, wait a minute, something's not right here.
What about you, Matt?
Not a lot. Other than anything I can think of. Remember when we looked for the remote? Once kind of seemed probably only popped in my head because of Dom's, but I accidentally put the. Because I had putting groceries away, and for some reason I was watching TV and my parents were coming to get groceries, and I was going to put them away, and I accidentally put the TV remote in the fridge, and we like spent like a half an hour looking for it, and then I found it in the fridge.
I've done that before.
Respect.
I had one just recent. I was at work, and my chest was itching, and I was like, "Oh fuck! I found a lump," and it turns out to just be my nipple. Like
Oh, that reminds me of one too, actually. Your nipple.
What about my nipple?
Well, not your nipple, but one time it was kind of the same thing. I was scratching my chest, and I felt over like I knew it was my nipple, but I felt it, and it was very large. Now, I immediately go into complete jackass mode and thinking, why has my nipple swelled up? Well, dumbass me, I had my earbud hanging in my shirt. I had actually grabbed my earbud through my shirt, and I thought it was my goddamn nipple. And I was freaked out for a solid 12 seconds.
No, now that I think about it, sorry about the nipple thing, but like, I have seen Dom and Matt without their shirts on, but I've never seen you without your shirt on, Sean. Is there
Why
something?
would you?
Is there something going on under there?
You mean my 5 nipples?
What?
No, nothing.
I've seen Sean shirtless.
Have you really?
Seen me pantless too.
Yeah, I've seen that. Like,
Ah, okay. We're
You
go.
do it.
Okay, it's just gonna be one of those.
I just don't. It's kind of like the whole balls itching thing. I don't have the necessary. I don't have the need to take my shirt off.
What about the fact? Something was in my mouth. What about the fact that you don't even like? Oh, what the fuck? Oh, yeah, I just totally. Oh, yeah. Now I remember. Fart. You don't fart around us.
Why would I?
I don't know. Why wouldn't you? I have known you for fucking 10 years and never once heard you fart.
Valid.
What the fuck's going on back there, Sean?
I would just rather hold it in than fart.
It's better out than in, is what Shaq says.
Not for everyone's nostrils. I'm considerate of nostrils. You know what I'm saying?
Are you that Is your fart stink that fucking bad?
No, it's just a common courtesy thing. That ain't that common, but still, it's courtesy. If I can choose with polluting the airwaves of my friends with my ass juice, I will refrain from doing that.
I fucking do it at work.
Oh,
I don't give a shit. A customer can walk right up to the register and I'll fart right in front of them, look at them in the eyes, and I ask them what they want. I've done it. When someone says what the fuck, when someone says what the fuck was that, I tell them it was probably just a store fucking settling. They don't question it.
Who would?
Well, they obviously know it came out my ass, but they weren't going to ask anything else.
That's one of those things where if it was me as a customer, I probably wouldn't question it either. I would just kind of.
The fucking store settling. With the...
I would spend the next 3 months trying to forget that moment ever happened.
And just put back whatever I fucking grabbed and leaving.
Yeah, I just don't make it a point to fart in front of people.
All right.
Keep that air clean, you know what I'm saying?
What is something specific that always makes you laugh?
That's laugh.
That is true. That I'll chalk it up as one of mine too, because I can't not laugh when Matt's laughing.
What about you, Matt? What makes you laugh all the time?
A bunch of the same jokes. That scene from Ted.
Why the fuck would he say that?
Yes, thank you.
Stand up straight when you're talking to me. Why the fuck would he say that?
What about you, Sean?
Well, since there's so many moments, I narrowed it down to one of the more recent ones. There's a video I watched some called iTemp Plays, and I watched him do his gameplays and stuff, and he was playing Apex, and he jumped up to a platform, and he went to throw an arc star, and it stuck to the pole right next to his face. And he jumps down immediately, and there's like a 7-second pause, followed by, I don't want to talk about that. It's like a simple little moment. I just can't help but like ugly laugh when I watch that shit.
It's kind of like when
every time.
we were all playing Modern Warfare multiplayer, and Dom killed himself with a Molotov.
Oh my god, that killed me. The fact I was right next to him, I was crying. And then my character stood still for probably what, good minute and a half.
Yeah,
maybe.
a good while. Yeah.
I couldn't fucking breathe.
We have that video still somewhere. You probably still have it on your phone.
You're welcome.
I probably, if not, it's still on my PlayStation. But yeah, I couldn't. Just the way this Dom's audibles followed by that action just killed me.
See, mine's not a what, but who. Regardless of the fight earlier, Matt would have to be like the funniest person I know, and everything that he usually says makes me laugh.
Fair.
That is in my notes. I mean, it doesn't matter if we're hanging out, if it's over like a message on the group chat or anything. We're just playing the game. Just roasting each other and hearing his line he makes up. It's perfect.
He does have a naturally funny bone that we all like to rub, I feel.
I may have rubbed that
It's like
bone
the
more than you
natural
guys.
red bone.
Damn right I said that.
I have. He has woken up to my bone being in the same bed.
I remember that story too.
Yeah, we just told it on the podcast not too long ago. All
For all
right.
you returning listeners, you'll remember that one as well. If not, go back and watch.
Vince on Trump's board to reopen the country. I mean, that's not surprising at all. You know what I mean? I mean, that'd be like...
It's
Good.
surprising in the regard of why would anyone think that would happen? And as far as me, like I never would have just pictured that scenario in general, but it definitely happened.
I mean, who else is on there? I mean, who's the lead for the NFL? I mean, all these big businesses like that are going to want to end.
Jadell? His name?
Well, I don't see him really being too far into it right now because football season
He
is
is.
over.
They
He is?
they said, or no, it's Robert Kraft, not Goodell. Robert Kraft under the Patriots, Dana White under the UFC, Vince McMahon under the WWE, and David
Dumb
Stern,
tits.
I think it's his name, the owner of the NBA.
David Stern's like the owner of the NBA.
Howard Stern?
That,
Mama Mui? Howard Stern's penis?
oh, it might be David Stern. Then fuck. I was thinking of Howard Stern. I thought it was something so Adam
It's gonna
Silver. I
be.
thought that was
It's
him.
gonna be how. It's gonna be.
The commissioner or something like that.
It's gonna be him and
Yeah, the
Robin.
commissioner, that's what I meant. Oh.
Like Adam Silver thing.
Yeah, Adam Silver, that's his name, thank you.
I just saw him on the news for ESPN. I mean, that's how I knew it.
All right, Matt, you want to do your joke of the week?
There's one that I seen today, I changed it. So, a pirate walks into a bar, and the bartender notices that he has a wheel in his pants. So he brings the pirate his beer, and he looks at the pirate and he goes, "I gotta ask, man, what's with the wheel in your pants?"
Because it's driving
And
me
the pirate
nuts.
says,
This son of a bitch.
Go work on your jokes there, guy.
"Well,
You got anything else for us?
Just for that,
Nope,
you
that
got 3
was it.
seconds. You got 3
Didn't
seconds.
plan
to
on
make a joke
to.
yourself.
At what?
Then for that, you got 3 seconds to make up another joke for yourself, Eddie.
I have 3 seconds. Okay, 3 seconds. Women's rights.
Monetization.
I just got cigarettes thrown at me. All right, let's do a fact of the week. Let's get this energy
Womanization.
taken off me. Did you know the planet Uranus was named George for a short period of time?
Yep.
Some dumbass looked up in the sky one day and said, "Hey, look, if you look right there, there's George."
Yep, that's George in the sky.
It's George right there. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, George. Yep. Anyway,
Props to that guy.
Hobson's new single. Was it COVID Mansion? Yes. Shit was dope.
It's a banger.
Yeah, it
you
was
guys
really
think?
good. It reminded me of a little more old school Hobson.
I'd
It
agree.
makes me miss Hobson.
Matt, anything on that?
I haven't listened to it."
You didn't listen to
fuck?
it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't listen to Hobson because he cries too much.
You cry too much.
I feel that. That's why I don't really listen to Dom half the time.
Hobson is turned into somebody that just complains and moans more than he raps anymore.
Oh, I hate to even say it, but isn't that like Eminem too, though?
No.
Not really.
Eminem didn't go put himself in a different country because he's sad.
Yeah,
point.
but like the way you said it, you said about I'm not getting into an argument. Okay.
Why not? That seems to be the theme.
No. I'm good. I'm good.
But yes, very good song.
Does anyone? We'll just do another observe and report real fast. Does anyone have anything to say before we end this episode?
Been fun.
Oh, right. This has been the 490 podcast. Dude, this energy has changed so fucking much from the beginning.
Yeah.
It really has. Alright, this has been the 490 podcast. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.
Rub the bell.
We'll see you next week.
That's good. Let's go, Pat.
We'll see ya.
What's up?